This is the interview stage for my Business Awards documentary. So I'm going to have a quick talk about the campaign tactics. The campaign was mainly based around the selection of media at first, so we wanted to decide which media we were going to use. And in order to reach the target audience that we wanted, which was teenagers and young adults who followed football, between the ages of about 12 to 25, we decided to go with online and TV marketing, and this was because it had the best outreach to the audience, and the audience would have been most likely to sort of see the adverts on TV. We selected the design and sort of suitable promotion through basically looking online and looking at our previous campaigns, finding out what had worked with Nike and what hadn't, and then putting that into our own designs and sort of taking all the best bits from Nike adverts, such as showing professional footballers and showing the actual boots in action, which you can see by the ball being kicked in the advert. We used those because they were both very successful and had sort of a good success rate within the overall campaign. The text and script according to my media type was mainly sort of shown upon previous advertisements, so sort of we wanted to follow on the lines of keeping it very much about the boot, not showing too much anything else. So we showed Cristiano Ronaldo using the boot, and we showed the boot being used sort of with a ball, but apart from that it was mainly shots of the boot being lengthways and sort of describing materials and how it was made. The target audience, like I mentioned earlier, is mainly males, but also females that enjoy football, so between the ages of about 12 and 25. And we targeted this audience because they're most likely to buy the boots, as they're most likely to be the ones sort of trying to play the football and sort of have the same equipment as those as Cristiano Ronaldo and other sponsored athletes by Nike, such as Lionel Messi and Neymar. The objective of our campaign was to obviously sell the boot, but it was to get a good online following and sort of try a new method of marketing using sort of cuts from the product to bold text and then back again, and find out how this actually worked with creating a nice impact on the audience and how memorable it was. The budget of our campaign was within the millions, so because Nike is such a big brand and we were selling one of their biggest products, which are football boots, we could obviously use a lot more higher end technology such as Camtasia to edit the adverts, and the distribution was a lot easier using the bulk buy with the amount of money that we had available to us. The selection of images that we had, we chose quite dark images at first to sort of create the dark age, and then you had the brightness of the boot sort of showing the light of the future and the way things were going to go. And then right at the end, where it comes up with break the mould, we put a bright bold colour in there in order to show sort of something's changing and things are sort of moving forwards. The impact of the advert was that it was very simple, so there wasn't too much going on. It was very much just sort of showing you the product, showing you what you'd get with the product, how we've made the product better from previous models, and then showing one of our athletes using the product in order to sort of have a bit of endorsement and get a bit of backing, saying this is Cristiano Ronaldo, I like this, I want to have his boots. The visibility of our images were sort of fairly well seen, in the way of the boot was very bright, and we can use this in other campaigns such as billboards and sort of printed advertisements in magazines. We can literally have a screen grab of the black background and just the boot on the front, with obviously the hashtags that we designed with hashtag do what is hard. The style of the advertisement was slower at first, so sort of really showing you the product and then speeding up as it came through, so the cuts became quicker and quicker and easier. Well, sort of easier to understand as the pace of the accompanying audio track was there. The other central dimensions that we looked at were sort of, we didn't really look at that many, but we also decided that we were going to use this advertisement as sort of, if you shared it and you could enter yourself into a competition for free to win a pair of these boots, and we're going to be running on the back of this campaign sort of a lot of demonstrations, a lot of product unveilings where you can come along, you can see the boot, you can try the boots, and sort of for a certain amount of people we're going to do an early release so it can start building up the product image. The promotion plan. So when we were putting the promotion together, we had to choose promotion. We had to take into account with the promotional mix, sort of price, product, place, and we decided we were going to sort of put it as the big product, because with Nike, you go to Nike to buy the brand and to buy the product rather than to buy it for the price. So therefore we were trying to sort of really boost the product's quality and show how much it's worth, and sort of not include the price, so that when they go into the store they've already got the need for the product, they want to buy the product, and they've already gone in to buy that product no matter what the price is. We were going to place it in stores such as Nike, Decathlon, JD Sports, sort of sportsdirect.com, the bigger stores, so that those that are going into these stores can see what our boot is like compared to the rest of the competition. We were going to place it sort of eye level on these shelves, because then when people are looking, they don't have to look up and down, it's just there in front of them, so they're already going to have subconsciously seen it before they've actually sort of knowingly looked and found the boot. So we'd already decided the objective was to get a good online campaign going before we started releasing the printed adverts along with this, because the target audience would be much more susceptible and likely to buy the product off of seeing sort of the advertisement and seeing the boot in use than just seeing an image on a billboard. So the integration into wider marketing, sort of, we're integrating this into sort of a whole brand line, sort of bringing out the shorts to accompany this, bringing out the tops to accompany this. So we're looking to bring it into sort of a much wider sort of clothing line and brand. The timing of our advertisements, we were going to release them at about sort of peak times, so we were going to show them early in the mornings before schools, in the evenings, after school, and after people be getting back from work. We'd also show it during Champions League matches, Premier League matches, sort of where football fans would be watching the televisions and looking online. So with YouTube advertisements, we'd have it on sort of football videos, and we'd show it quite often. So sort of we get it, because of our budget, we can have it as often as sort of money can allow, really. So we'd have it sort of almost every break time in the football. With the football advertisements on YouTube, we'd have it sort of fairly soon, quite regular. The cost of it all, sort of, due to our budget, we can have quite a wide cost range with that. So we did bulk buy our products and the sort of in the way of advertising slots. So sort of with ITV we bought about 2 hours worth of time with them at a certain point, and that was covering, so we had 2 hours worth of time slots, and that cost us about 2.5 million in total. So and that cost is going to get spread. Sort of once we've started making money back on the original investment of it, we're going to start spending more money into other areas such as printed marketing. So it becomes a bigger and bigger market and campaign. So we used the promotion plan quite a bit when designing and working on the advertisement and the campaign in general. We sort of tried sticking as close to it as possible. The media mix we looked at and we're using currently is sort of YouTube, so internet and TV. We're going to do it on national basis for the UK, and then spread it to international later on. And this is because of the fact that the majority of players and fans who are buying the product will probably be in the UK at this point, and then as the season progresses and picks up more sort of international support, we're going to move it on to other countries such as Thailand and the Americas. So the use of internet is sort of really important to this campaign, because obviously if somebody shares the video online, that's some free publicity for us. So we're really trying to keep the internet as involved as possible. We're uploading adverts and videos of the boots permanently online. We're sharing videos of people that have rated our boots, sharing videos of people that have criticised or possibly sort of complimented the advertisements. So we're sort of really trying to push the campaign online, as it's a much cheaper base for us, and also it's a lot more widely used. People won't be watching TV whilst at work, however they could possibly be watching YouTube videos or going on Facebook, where we're also posting our advertisements, having a page run, having the Nike page attached to that, and overall just trying to sort of keep the campaign as wide as possible, but as focused on the target audience as humanly possible. So thank you, and I hope you buy the boots.